my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette, and I just want to say a Merry Christmas to everybody. That's what we say here, so you know, whatever it is for you, I wish that for you. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that's subscribed to my channel and that has stayed with me over the last year, because it'll be, this year is this month is my first year. So as a little gift, and as it's Christmas, I'm going to give one free reading away, an in-depth reading, and that will be done in January. So if you'd like to put whatever it is you want to wish people, and so that anybody, I will put, you know, like everybody's name into a hat, and then I'll get somebody to draw it out at the end of the month, at the end of December, and then you'll be notified early January as to who it is. So yeah, a big thank you to everybody. What else did I want to say? We are going into Mercury retrograde this month, but I forgot to check the dates, so you'll have to check with your astrologers what the dates are, and I believe it's in Capricorn, and like I just said on the full moon one reading, you know, that's twice this year. Normally we only have 3, I think, and we've had 4 this year. So and it started the year off in Capricorn, and no coincidence, ending it in Capricorn. So very much, you know, I think the whole year has been about being pragmatic, really practical, down to earth, realistic, thinking, seeing, feeling, and getting, you know, things out in the open, and getting clear about things. So, you know, Capricorns are very steadfast, very loyal, and oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. Not that you know, it's I need to turn my phone off, that's going to distract me. Hang on a minute. Sorry about that. I feel I want to play Christmas music, but then you wouldn't be able to hear me talking. So I love this time of year. Where was I? About Capricorn, wasn't I? Yeah, I've lost my track of thought. Well, it doesn't matter. So anyway, I got this out. This is actually my sister's, but I just thought it was so appropriate. I have wrote an article. It was for somebody's newsletter about miracles, because this is the time about believing, and I sense in the full moon reading I just did that, you know, with the star card in reverse, that, you know, people are losing hope and that sort of thing, and not having faith, and it is the time of believing. You know, I know they are films, but there are messages there for you, you know, and it is the time to believe. And it says, believe. Live the moment as if today is all we truly have. Let a little sun shine out as well as in to create your own rainbows. Believe in your heart, something wonderful is about to happen. And I think that's the key. You know, you do create your own rainbows. You know, you do have the power to create something different for yourself, for your life, for your love lives. You know, but you've got to believe it in your heart, and know that it's possible. So I really do feel that this year has been a hard year, but I do sense that 2017 is going to be a lighter year. That's just how I'm feeling. So, but let's get into the reading. This is for the fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising. When I was shuffling, this card literally jumped out, and it's the 5 of Swords, and I'm just sensing it came out in reverse. So I'm sensing that something's happened. Somebody's feeling humiliated or like embarrassed, or something hasn't gone their way. You know, they thought they were being clever, and they you know, this is about choosing your battles wisely, and it feels like somebody is upright. It's like they're proud of what they've achieved, and you know, but in reverse, it's not. They're feeling humiliated, they're feeling embarrassed, they're, you know, this, maybe there's a conflict that's been going on, and it can, because it's a 5, which is about restrictions, it can be about the inner conflict, so it doesn't have to be an outer conflict. It will be different for everybody, but we'll see if it shows up in the reading, really. But yeah, it feels like somebody is feeling that way. So let's have a look what December's gonna bring. I love Christmas. The energy's lovely. Do 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 do. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. A Happy New Year. Yeah, because I think this month, use this month as a bridging month, a time to reflect, because the Mercury retrograde is about rethinking, replanning, this, that. It's like trying to get all your ducks in a row. It's, you know, it's the adjustment bureau. It's the, maybe some people, because on the full moon reading, somebody or people have gone off their path. They've made choices, and that has taken them off their path. So somebody's trying to get something out, and somebody's trying to get something out. They're trying to talk, because I'm stumbling with my words. I did yesterday with the full moon reading. So somebody wants to say something, and it might not be very pleasant, but somebody wants to say something. Yeah, so the Mercury retrograde is all about revisiting, and you know, the adjustment bureau, or your guides, or whatever you want to call them, your angels or whatever. It's your group of people that help you on your path. You know, when there's 2 people involved or more, it's free will. So in between those times, people are making choices, and then the retrograde is like the brakes coming on. Spirit, the universe puts the brakes on, slows you down via communication. Everything, you know, to do with technology goes haywire. It's to slow you down. It's to get you to center, and to rethink your plans, or rethink the choices that you've made, so that they can course correct you and get you on the right path for your destiny. So let's go ahead and see what that's about. I do feel December will be a reflective period. Use it as a bridging month, getting ready and letting go and reorganizing to get ready for the new year. Most important messages for the fire signs. Oh yeah, this, I do feel this. I sensed it. Maybe use the element of air, which air is about communication, having to communicate something, and it might not be pleasant, because this is the shadow form. They're not always, but that's what I'm picking up this time. Somebody is, you know, the pages are messengers, and this can be that somebody's ready to say something. That's what I was sensing. Somebody needs to say something. They want to say something. They can't get the words out properly. Maybe they're not a good communicator. But yeah, it could be that, you know, they're not a good communicator, as in the page is showing up as not having that development of skills of how to communicate properly, to, you know, to be mature in their way. saying something without hurting, as in, you know, sticking the knife in. So that's what I'm sensing with that, because pages are messengers, but this is about, you know, this is an idea, a thought, or saying something, and this is from coming in energies. So yeah, it's around a family situation. So this could be, for some, because it's a general reading, it could be that this could represent a young person. I won't put an age on it, it's just a young energy, if that's what it is for you, concerning a family unit, concerning a family legacy, around finances. Like I said, that Capricorn retrograde will be coming in, so it could be to do with that. Somebody feels strongly about something to do with the family unit and to do with the family legacy, and that could be inheritance, it could be anything to do with finances. So because this is the ideal, you know, it's the couple with the child, and then the grandfather with his grandbaby, your dog, it's the house, a very big house, lots of land. So it's all about wealth, it's about potential, it's also about completion. You know, you've completed the journey from the ace to the 10. So there's something that needs to be said around a family situation, and you do get your, because we're remembering the 5 of Swords, you do get, you know, it is Christmas time, family gathering. So, oh, we've got a sword again. Something's in the air for the fire signs. Literally, something is in the air. I don't know what's gonna be said, but something is. Now she's the Queen of Swords. She comes under air sign Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You know, it doesn't have to be female because it's a general reading, but maybe it is. And you know, she's sat very comfortably with her hand open, her left hand open, which is, she's in the air. She's saying, you know, she's on the rock, she's on the mountain, she's very much connected to the, you know, higher self, higher planes, and she's very relaxed, and because she's got her legs crossed, and she's just sat there relaxed and saying, okay, I'm open to receiving, but you've also got to know that I'm prepared to give my truth, my whole truth and nothing but the truth. So, but she's very relaxed about it, but it just seems as though she's just waiting for this moment, because it's in the future. So she's ready and waiting. For who and what, I don't know, but somebody's on defense, or somebody has been in the past, to do with the family legacy. So around finances, not always just finances, but you know, the queens do represent that material journey for us. So, but you know, her legs, her cape and her feet, even her shoes are aqua blue, aquamarine, the same color as the sky. And this is all about the throat chakra. That's the throat chakra, and I did say at the beginning, it feels as though somebody needs to be saying something. Somebody feels embarrassed or humiliated, or there's a conflict going on with the power of two people's minds around a family situation. But she's upright, and I like to see her upright. You know, she's somebody that says what she needs to say, and yes, sometimes it can come out quite bluntly, but she doesn't mean it to hurt. She just does it to use that sword to clear the air, because there's something, the air needs to be cleared. The air needs to be cleared. about something around a family situation, because we've got all swords to do with that. But there is going to be victory. So you know, there's already been some form of victory achieved, because we've got the you know, the fives at the back, but it's at the back of him, was about, you know, those petty arguments, those quarrels, things that aren't, you know, worth fighting about really. But whatever it is, he has conquered it. She has conquered it. We haven't actually got, oh yeah, we got that one. So, you know, this can also be like recognition. Somebody's recognizing the victory of maybe speaking their truths, even if they've been a little bit immature about it. You know, there is a victory there. What's at the heart of the matter? Oh, well, we've got the Two of Cups in reverse, so it feels like there's been a separation. Because in reverse, that for me, that's a separation. Because upright, it can be a reunion, two people coming together. But for me, there is something's happened. There's been a separation. Something's been said, or because something hasn't been said, somebody couldn't get their words out, because that's in reverse. Something around a relationship, and this I mean, I do a love reading, but it can be that it's any sort of relationship, you know, because it's to do with love. So it's relationships of all kind, but I'm talking about romantic love here. Put it to what it is, if it fits for you. But yeah, there's somebody, this is about a separation, and that's definitely the card that jumped out, and the cards seem to be supporting it. So something's happened, and that's what's at the heart of the matter. To do with this Queen of Swords, possibly to do with either a message that was sent, because that's about victory, having victory, and this person upright does feel that they've got victory, but it's not in one sense. So because you've got the relationship not working, there's problems in a relationship. It might not actually be a separation as in two people physically separated, although for some it will. It can be that there's problems in a relationship. So there's isolation, there's no communication where there needs to be, really. And it's definitely to do with the family. Definitely to do with the family. There has been some form of victory, you know, rewards for this relationship, but it has its problems at the moment, or it will be throughout the month of December. But at the end of the day, you have the power to change things, you see. Am I recording? Yes. You do have the power to change things, and this is the Karma card. So there's something around that full moon, super moon in Taurus energy that then goes to the next full moon, which I don't know what that will be in. I will check it. I know last year the full moon, which was rare again, was in the sign of Cancer, which is all about family on Christmas Day, for goodness sake. I mean, can't get more symbolic than that. So when we've come a whole circle, a full circle. So this is all about, this is like your life's review. Your life's review concerning your past and the lessons that you've learned. This is a bit like Groundhog Day. I love that film because, you know, it's definitely like Groundhog Day. That, you know, he wakes up at a certain time. The first day, it's all about all the things that, you know, he does with anger and bitterness, and because that is about holding on, that's conflict, and holding on to a grudge also in reverse. That's about holding on to a grudge, and it goes with this couple. So when something's happened and one or both are holding on to a grudge, you know, and in Groundhog Day, that's what he does. He goes through the whole day showing what his life would be like unless he wakes up and changes his attitude or behaviour. I think people make the mistake of thinking that they're a bad person when something happens. It's not that they're a bad person, it's their behaviour, it's their attitude towards something that causes the separation, that causes the heartbreak. It's all psychological behaviour that can be changed. It's not about changing the person, it's about giving unconditional love, right, and accepting that person for who they are, not, you know, warts and all, not wanting to change them. But, you know, behaviours, yes, behaviours need to be changed. The behaviour is unacceptable. If you know, but people more than likely are asleep, and they just need to be woken up gently, gently but surely. And you know, with that, when you do point, when the Queen of Swords does point out, look, you know, yes, you did that in the past, and that caused hurt and pain, and it's caused us to separate. You really need to be, you know, speaking your truth, but saying it in a different way, and watching your behaviour, because it's the behaviour that separates people. It's the ego, but that can be relearnt, because that's from childhood. It's all about protection, the inner child wanting to protect itself. You know, the number one fear is abandonment, whether you're conscious of it or not. The inner child doesn't want to be abandoned. The key to that is for you to never abandon your own inner child. That's the key, to trust yourself, no matter what's going on the outside. And I just did a tweet as well, which was about, you know, don't allow your circumstances to define who you are, or for that to make your choices for you, because 2 is about a choice. To make your choices for you, always be true to yourself and be authentic, which the Queen of Swords is upright. But you know, the Groundhog Day, the Judgment Day, going through each day as though it's your life's review, then you know, seeing it, because he gets to see it. That's the gift he gets to see it, and he goes over the scenario and he thinks, oh, okay, I could have done that differently, because what he wants more than anything is for the love of his life to wake up to her, and she's still there in the morning, because each day after each day he wakes up and she's not there. They go to, you know, she's in the bed, but then she's not there. So this is like a life review to learn lessons. It's karma. And karma, all karma is, it's not about punishment. That's shameful. It's about your behaviour patterns, and what was taught, and how you can rethink, reprogram your mind. Because even in the Adjustment Bureau, you know, they do a recalibration, which means, you know, rewire the brain differently through cognitive therapy. You know, you can do that, it's possible. And then you get to the end of Groundhog Day, and you get the things that you want. So this is like a life review about why the separations happen, and what, you know, what you've gone through, to do with family, around family legacy, around family patterns. And yes, there has been some form of achievement, some form of recognition of, oh yeah, this person is thinking different, starting to think differently. You know, they still might be a bit defensive, but you know, and maybe the Queen of Swords, you know, it's underneath her. It's upright though. That's good judgment, because this is the Judgment card. And upright, being the Queen of Swords, is good judgment. You are discerning, you are coming from good judgment, and this is the future. So whether that's a person in your life, or whether that's you needing to tap into your own Queen of Swords, no matter what sign you are, you know, will get you. It's about discernment, judging situations in the appropriate manner. But yeah, you see this card's come up a lot. This is the next step. So it's like a test to do with the relationships, a life review, look back on it so you can do it differently. Turns the wheel of fortune around the right way, not anti-clockwise. It turns it clockwise, where you're moving forward into the future, and not for it to go back to the past, because then you've got your hamster wheel of fate, which then leaves you just keep going around in that wheel all the time and repeating the same old patterns over and over again. So for some reason the fire signs are burning off. The fire energy is burning off karma. They have been throughout the year of this year, very much, because I think it's Saturn's in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. I don't know how it affects the other sign, but definitely Sagittarius. So, and I think this is Pluto, connected to Pluto, which can be quite a hard and challenging. And all the planets seem to have been retrograde this year, because no different, they speak on behalf of the Mercury. The Mercury retrograde speaks on behalf of the bigger planets. So and it depends where it sits, what sun sign it's in, and where it sits in your own personal you know, which house it sits in your astrology thing. I'm not an astrologer, but I like to intuitively look at which house the moon is in my sign, so I can intuitively pick up what will be going on for me there. So, but there we go, we've got our lovely chappie back out again. He was just in the full moon one yesterday I did in Taurus. So the pattern it just keeps being repeated. The Queen of Swords says something which is actually a truth. It is a truth, because she's not in reverse, causes the upset, and then causes somebody to hold a grudge. There you go, Mr. Grudge. This is Scrooge. It's Christmas time. The miser, Scrooge as I call him. So, because he's just holding on so tightly, and yes, it can be to do with emotions. It can be to do with relationships, you know. Because Venus, money and love go together, believe it or not. They're the same energy. So, but, you know, she says a truth. It causes a separation or a rift between a couple, whether you're together as a couple, so you're married, or in a long-term relationship, you're still living in the same house, but there's still some form of separation. Or you were with somebody and then there was an actual physical separation due to this, and there hasn't been the reuniting because of this situation. I can't remember what the full moon was saying now, but she speaks her truth. It causes a problem, and it's to do with this holding on pattern. But there has been some form of victory about this. There has been, because of this. So, and you know, he's got the laurel wreath here, and this could be like a Christmas wreath, laurel wreath on here, but that door is closed, you see. And if this person, whether male or female, whoever is, you know, the stronger, well, whoever is acting this way, because it's about acting, it's about behaviour. The person's not bad, it's just the behaviour, the actions. If this person can, you know, well, this is in the past, but also the future, so it's still hanging around. If this person continues to hold on to what they believe is their safety, their security, because 4 is about security, then they can't grow. They can't grow and develop anymore. They do need this relationship. They definitely need this relationship to grow. You can only grow so far on your own. And then you do need a relationship to practice on, because it's like going to school, it's like being an apprentice. You go to college, you go to school, you learn all your skills, and then you come out into the world. You're an apprentice. An apprentice means you're starting out on a new path with the skills that you've learnt. And then, yes, as an apprentice, you're going to make mistakes. This person's going to make mistakes, and that's where unconditional love comes in. But if you haven't got unconditional love, this relationship can't blossom and grow, but you've got to make sure because it's about discernment, how you see something. Because conditional love, somebody might want conditional love, which is, is your codependency relationships. They see it a certain way. They want you to behave in a certain way. They want you to behave in a certain role for them. And then if you've got somebody who's giving unconditional love, it's out of balance, which is upright. But this is in reverse. So, and this person cannot grow. He cannot grow and develop unless this door will not open. It will stay forever closed, and it's to do with the past. So he's sat there thinking or contemplating. He needs to get off, or she needs to stand up and take their feet off the coins, and take a step forward. So, but there has been some form of victory here. Even the relationship being, there's being a separation. Can you see those cards? I just wanted to put all my nice Christmas things out. Even if there's been a separation, then be confident that that's the way it was meant to be. Yeah, there you go. I was saying about an apprentice, and this page of coins in not necessarily reverse but upright is very much, this is about learning from the heart. It's about learning. This is your natural self, because she's in nature, and this is your natural self, your natural being, who you've come here to be, upright. And she's definitely the student, the student that goes to learn something. And like I just said, to learn those skills, life skills, because this person hasn't been taught life skills in relationships, how to survive in a relationship. They've been taught how to survive in the physical world, but they haven't been taught in a healthy way about healthy boundaries on an emotional level. So, and this is the apprentice student card, that you're studying something, ready to go out in the big wide world and put those skills into actions. But there isn't, and that's what needs to be done, because they're both in reverse, and it's next to this one which I was just talking about. This door is going to be forever closed on the past, but even though there's been some form of victory, but this person needs to be the student, needs to get maybe some self-help books, or go to a course, or go to a seminar. I'm sensing male energy, even if you're a female, it's the male energy within you if you're the dominant male partner. I'm sensing that they need to go to college, do something, or read a book on personal development or something like that. You can do it in your own home. You don't have to go out, because this is in reverse, and this is saying it's that he's holding on. He doesn't want to learn and grow. That's what's causing the separation. This is what they can have, but it's not happening because of this pattern. This pattern of behavior has been all the way through 2015. All of my videos are up. I've kept them all because there's a pattern there. Yeah, but you know, so this is under Cancer, which is about that family unit, you know, comes under the water sign, and this is all about being in charge, but it's upright, it's not in reverse, and this is all about balancing, you see. It's about balancing the male and the female energies within each of us, because that feels like very masculine, and this person's needing to get in contact with their feminine side, the black, but they're scared of it. But I feel they're very intuitive, and there has been, like I said, some form of success, which people have noticed, but this is all about being in charge. This is about deciding to be in charge, things happening quickly at a quick pace. I mean, if they decided to put their effort into reading a book or something, joining a group, things would move really quickly, and move forward into the future towards what it is that, you know, this couple wants as a union, as a couple. But there is an imbalance between the male and the female, because of this pattern. Whoever is this person holding on too tightly and not expressing what it is that they need to say, you know, that they're scared of they get the words wrong or they say something wrong. So these are the only two major arcanas we've got. I've got to get some more cards out. It goes so quickly. That's the Judgment, which is 20. This is number 7. See, 7 to me is the right path. Lucky 7. It's 7. It's being on the right path, the right time. But this needs to happen, because this here is just the potential. It's just the potential, and this is what's going on in the here and now, because of this situation. It can move forward with confidence, but like I said, the Judgment, that life review, will get the horses moving and get the wheels turning. On a mundane level, that's to do with you know, that can be to do with travel and a car, if you're, you know, but it's movement, it's symbolic to movement. So that's got to be done first before the movement you can move forward. This has got to be done first, so it turns this upright. But let's see what's going on underneath. We got the 5. We've got the 5 of Wands, which was in the full moon reading, with the which was at the heart of the centre, and it was about petty quarrels and arguments again. So we both of them are in reverse. So this is on a spiritual level and a mental level. But it's the demons, or not the demons, the dragons, or, you know, it's the sides of ourselves that, yeah, maybe we do say something that we needed to think about before saying it, really, and because then it upsets the apple cart, and then you get but it's not about not saying something, it's about finding the balance, and so there is a restriction around spiritual growth. It's around spiritual growth. This person, because of the karma of their past, you know, is upright. It's more of a light competition, but in reverse, it's like, no, it's more to do with the grudge. It's more serious. Someone holds on to a grudge to do with this, because but that also can be, even though it's the shadow side, it can also be that you're moving out of that energy from that full moon, Let's have a look at these, see what they want to say. Yeah, so that's the path come up again. I can't remember what it was on with the other one, but it's to do with, yeah, something was in the past was harshly spoken that again caused a separation. I think that's what it's saying. It's just confirming that, because, you know, this is someone who's immature with their words. They don't think things through, you know, they just don't think, basically, which, you know, then causes a problem, causes a separation. Let's see what's at the heart of the matter, and that new path, you know, because on the full moon one, it was about the Star and the Eight of Cups in reverse, and I was saying about somebody's gone on the wrong path, and that needs to be corrected. And he was in it. Was he underneath? I think he was underneath. So that's what was causing the problem. But it still goes back to this, that he needs to be the student. So whether it's you as a fire sign, or whether it's somebody you know as a fire sign. But yeah, this can be a wedding, you see. Because this is a sociable place, a sociable gathering. So, you know, it would be a coming together, a reunion. That would be a wedding, definitely a wedding. But it's not. It's in reverse. It's on hold because of this down here, this situation. It's on hold, this wedding, because it was the wedding card on the full moon. I'm sure it was the wedding card and the honeymoon. And there's something, whatever you would see that as, that could be just a hand ceremony. Doesn't have to be, you know, the traditional, because Taurus is all about traditional. It's a Hierophant. It's the Hierophant. It's about tradition. It's about, because Taurus is comes under that, you know, it's about following, conforming, and you know, people get married in a church, etc. When it doesn't, it's not that way anymore. That's the past. Yeah, this is all to do with security. This situation is around finances, stability, security, and that's saying, next to the road, it's actually saying you need to stay. Yeah, you need to stay where you are. Stand your ground, to do with this family situation around security. So that could be something to do with money. Could be to do with the family legacy, etc. Inheritance. Something like that. Yeah, but the Queen of Swords, she brings change. Being the Queen of Swords, whether it be the fire sign that needs to be the Queen of Swords, or they have a Queen of Swords that's in their life, either way brings the change, because it will be different for everybody, but either way it will bring change. So, and that can be sudden change. And it's in the future, so being the Queen of Swords brings change, so she's very important. And this is about a friend or a friendship, or yeah, someone needing to be more friendlier, somebody needing to be more loyal. It can work either way, so either you're needing to be that way, you know, some form of friendship was created because there's victory. So, and friendship is the clue. Like I said before, you know, If somebody's not a good friend to you, then why do you think they'd make a good partner? It just doesn't marry. It just doesn't make sense. So, you know, the friendship, the relationship needs to be built on a friendship. That's what brings you victory. It's not about jumping into it. It's about building something, and building something based on truth. But maybe there's been a separation from a friend, or a friend can be like somebody, okay, it's not a family member, but it's somebody that you would class as a family member, or it's somebody to do with family around you. It doesn't have to be, or you need to be more friendly towards somebody, you know, but it still goes back to that one, you see. But oh, we've got the sun. Yeah, the sun on the Karma card, which means good. You know, like I was saying earlier about the Queen of Swords, being the Queen of Swords brings the change. She's discerning, she's got good judgment, what she's saying is right. This person needs to trust her. You couldn't get a more loyal person. She says what's she needs to say, but she's saying that out of a goodness of her heart, even though, you know, don't feel that way. And this is optimistic outcomes. So going through this life review and seeing things differently, because the card brings clarity, because it's very dark, but the sun's going to bring clarity. Once that, you know, the moon has gone past the sun is going to shine again. The sun's going to shine again on this situation. Optimistic outcomes, as it's the future. But she's the one that brings change. And then we've got, oh, do you know what, straight away what came to mind here, oh, why does the time go so quick? Straight away what came into my mind was he's acting like a baby. He, she, this person, whoever holds on tightly, is acting like a baby. That's how I see that. For some it could be that, you know, there is a baby, a child, a toddler concerned with this, but my first impression was that that he's acting like a baby, because this is all about strength and vitality and something that can grow. It's about knowledge, the tree of knowledge, and this is very much about the student and study. And there isn't the study that needs, the information that needs to come, because the page is about information. That's something that can grow into a wonderful concern if only they'd stop this holding on pattern, because this is all about vitality. So health is suffering, whether it's mental health or emotional health in relationships, because this is on a collective level. So because this is all about vitality, but this is the key, you know, there's the tree there. This is the key, is this study. You can turn this around, or this person, or if it's you. And this is something in its early stages. Like I said, it's something that's been achieved. Very much orange. Look how bright the orange is. This is about the inner child, the wounded inner child, and the nurturing. Friendship will bring nurturing, the right nurturing. Oh yes, things would move really quickly. This brings this love, this relationship, once it's put back on the right path. I think after this retrograde, once things happen and it's put back on the right path, then this is a very strong relationship, and it's full of vitality. You're gonna feel wonderful. You're gonna feel as though you can take on the world. Things are going to move very quickly with this, because this is the future. So things are going to, and your vitality, your health, you're going to feel really good about yourself and the situation, and yeah, that's you know, the sun shines down on your affairs, as in the heart, matters of the heart, and it will move quickly. It will move really quickly. Very positive. Right, let's see what's underneath, because we need to get the other cards out. I think this one came out, was it on the path? Yeah, which meant that there was some form of taking the wrong path, like I said, and then they're having to, yeah, look, come on. This was the one that fell out, 5, 5, and then you get the bird on top. It's about using your wisdom, but it's not, you know, these fears, these anxieties, it's the fear, anxiety concerning a relationship, you know, screws it over. It sabotages relationships, and you know, there's nervousness around it. You've got to calm down, because I think it's very much on the mental level, and then these game plays back and forth, and thinking you've won something on a mind game, and then you haven't, you feel humiliated and embarrassed, and you know, and then you've got to go egg on your face. It's what I call egg on your face. And then you've got to go back with your tail between your legs. And but you know, pride, because this is about pride, this one. Upright, it's pride for a reason. You've achieved something, but in reverse it's not. It's false pride, because it's in the shadow form, because that is as well. So let's have a look, see what, should we just pull a few cards on here? Queen of Swords, because she's the only one that's come up. Oh, well, it's the High Priestess in reverse. She's all knowing. She's all knowing. So this Queen of Swords has got to recognise she doesn't know everything. She doesn't know everything, because she's in reverse, and she needs to know that she doesn't know everything, and because there's things that are hidden. And she's got to make sure she's trusting her intuition around the King of Wands, to do with the King of Wands, which is your fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, whichever one it represents for you. But he's in reverse, so it might be that he's afraid down here to be his own. And she's trying to get him to trust his own intuition and be his High Priestess. Or it could be that he's listening to a false High Priestess. And it's only the Queen of Swords that can change the situation, because he's listening to a false High Priestess. Somebody who thinks she knows, but she doesn't. He might think that she is, and she's not. And the Queen of Swords might have to say what she needs to say to wake him up and see the truth, because he's someone stubborn, very stubborn, in reverse. Yeah, and it is him. It is him. This chappie, what I was talking about here, is him, whether it's you or whether it's somebody you know. To do with, and there you go, the Page of Pentacles, study. He's refusing to learn, because study means learning. He's refusing to learn, and I know some of you have put like wish you Merry Christmas and everything on the November one, and my spirit guide said people are not listening correctly to the information, because this is about information. So you need to be listening correctly to make sure you're hearing properly, to do with your relationships, that is, I mean. So yeah, that's about study. He's refusing to listen to his own intuition and learn something, you know, because Groundhog Day is all about that, learning something each and every day. We learn to the day we die, and that's what that is to do. So that is clarifying that that is him, okay? And he's acting like a baby, or he's in the baby stages, because we do have the victory card. He's in the baby stages, so you've got to be friendly, you've got to be compassionate, you've got to be all those lovely things. Unconditional love. Okay, what's the time? Shall we? Oh, see, we could go on, but no, let's leave it at that. And do these cards. What are the most important messages, please? To do with this relationship. Trust. So trust is the key. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And I said something about faith. I can't remember where now. Maybe it was yesterday's reading. But yeah, this situation to do with this is calling you to have faith, because something's still developing, something's still unfolding for the fire signs, but the future looks good, and something's going to be moving forward. But yeah, it says let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. Well, this person is the one that needs to be asking for, he needs to learn to trust, or she, because that can represent both, but and let, you know, reach out and ask for help, because this is about friendship, and the victory card is on the friendship, whether you need to be more friendly or they need to reach out and ask for help, really. And it could be that somebody, they know somebody, maybe your friends know somebody that's right for you, which is true love, you know. And part of true love is being able to reach out and ask for help, especially with the people that you can trust. You know, not everybody's out to hurt people. And they're saying this is the romance of a lifetime. But first of all, you know, this person needs to go and ask for help, join a group, or read a book, so that they are getting in contact with their own true self, and loving themselves, and then they're able to express that towards another one. But this will be a romance of a lifetime. It will be a wedding once this turns up the other way, but something's still going on. Yeah, they're saying, you know, to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So, you know, if you're fixated on what you think your soulmate's going to look like, then that can take you down the wrong path. So like they said here, you know, you've got to believe. Got to believe. That's what faith is all about. Faith is all about believing. Believing in the unknown. Right, if you want to ask your question concerning this reading, you can pause your video, take some deep breaths. And this will be your answer. Be assertive. So whoever this is, because look, she's got the mask there, but she's not wearing it. She's showing herself. This angel is showing herself, and it's be assertive. So the Queen of Swords needs to be assertive to bring the change concerning this person, and you know, maybe direct them, be a good friend and direct them. Might be what they're saying. Let's have a look with these ones. Oh, look for the signs. So signs are going to be coming your way as to how you can be assertive, you know, so that you can create your rainbow, you know, what it is that you want, this type of relationship that you're wanting, that you're looking for, and that is something that's going to happen quickly, or it's a journey. So for some it might be, you know, traveling. You might have to travel to meet this person, but look for the signs, look for the signs, you know, read them symbolically, ask for them, look for them. Let's see what they're saying on a physical level, because that's from above. As above, so below. Vacation, so maybe that could be a vacation, because it's movement, it's travel. So for some it will be, but it's also a vacation, could be because it's the Christmas holidays, isn't it? Christmas time. So you'll know which one it is, but that's like about getting away. Maybe if you're in a couple relationship and there's been separation, maybe you need to get away and have some time to yourself. So let's end with this one. Focus on love, and there's the dragon there, you see. Focus on love. It's about healing, or somebody needing to heal. That, you know, they're not a bad person, they're just wounded, needing to heal themselves. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life, and definitely around Christmas time you're going to have to, because we all know how we feel sometimes can get triggered a bit. So look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. It is easy to see the faults in other people, which is the 5. Think of the positive characteristics of the people in your life. Remember the things that caused you to love them in the first place. Focusing on the love will change and heal the negativity that was once there, which is that being in reverse and those being in reverse. So there we go. I hope that helps, and I'm wishing you a very Merry Christmas, and I wish for you to find peace around your love situations, you know, so that you can experience the joy. Please put your thumbs up, likes and shares, because if it can help somebody else, then it's good karma, you're paying it forward. Well, it's good dharma, you're changing the karma and you're paying it forward, and it's your gift back to me. So sending you lots of love, and I'll see you back here for the elementals in January. Lots of love. Namaste.